quickly, by the way, how many people here have done a transformation? No way. Are you serious? What's wrong with the rest of you? No, I'm kidding. So I want to tell you one thing real quick is, a lot of people think this transformation is something new. You know what I mean? Oh, this is some new thing. So I just want to let you know, I found this, Brandy, when I was looking through a box of books, right? 1998. This is called Underground Cures. There was a group of scientists, over 200 doctors, who got together in the 1990s, and they said, we are going to begin to endorse natural healing techniques because we're tired of the AMA's stranglehold on telling people that they could only use drugs. And so this book was authored by over 200 medical doctors who came together to make recommendations, and they call it Underground Cures. In 1998, they dedicated a full chapter to some crazy kid out in California who was teaching something called the plant-based nutrition system, which is exactly what today we call our 10-day transformation, just it's a little sexier now. So, so this isn't new, what we're doing. I've been doing this with people, for people, for a long, long time. And even in 98, it wasn't anywhere near new. Okay? So, what was the question again? Oh, what do we do next? Yeah. So the thing is, what you do next is the same thing you did before. I had some guys come up, and they were, we call it like a, sort of like a guy weekend, where we bring guys from the city up, like Hollywood type guys, and we bring them up to my ranch, and we teach them how to like use, guns, and how to survive, and how to, cut down a tree, and how to wildcraft food, and start a fire without, a match, and all that stuff. So anyway, the bottom line is that these guys typically aren't into that so much, and we work out for like 5 days, and they start going, oh, this feels good, and then they go, hey, so they call me a week later, and they go, I don't feel as good as I did when I was up there. I said, well, are you still eating good and exercising? No. That might have something to do with it. And so when people go, okay, I did the transformation, so now I lost weight, so I can just that's it, right? Well, no, of course not. And so what we've done is we like for people, of course, to return to some normalcy in their life. We want you to not live on Purium for the rest of your life. I mean, that's not the point. But what the point is what happens during those 10 days is you get a real clear look at what it's like to not be addicted to food. So I'm going to teach you something about Ayurvedic medicine, that when you have bitters, that your body stops craving sweets and carbohydrates. And when you're doing the transformation, there's bitters in the power shake. So 30 times you're going to have bitters in your body. And you're going to find that your brain is going to stop craving sweets and carbohydrates. So one thing is going to happen naturally. The foods that you're attracted to are going to change. Okay? And then the second thing is, I want you to still use Purium products, but maybe in a slightly different way. We have one way where you do the transformation, but you do it every other day. And on the days that you're not doing the transformation, you're practicing making really healthy, awesome meals out of all the suggested foods that I gave you. If you look in that thing, I give you my favorite proteins, my favorite carbohydrates, my favorite fruits and vegetables, and all of that. Even the healthy fats to use. And I give recipes and recommendations. So I want you to go back and eat food. But when I say I want you to go back and eat normal food, I don't mean the food that you normally ate. I mean normal food. Okay? So, who here is perfect? Yeah, me either. Okay? So, we got one who's perfect. Like, they're awesome. And her husband's going, yeah, she is. She tells me every day. No, I'm joking. But here's the thing, right? We all are going to have to, create some balance in our lives. And so what I want you to begin to do is begin to consider, how the foods you eat and how the foods you make affect your body. I want you to eat consciously. So every time you're about to put something in your mouth, you have to ask yourself, is this going to make me stronger? Is this going to make me live longer? Is this really going to make me feel better in 10 minutes? Not right now. How many people have gone ahead and gone back to one of the things that you really loved? I don't care what it was. Maybe it was a cheeseburger or whatever. And it tasted so dang good those first 3 or 4 bites. And 10 minutes later, you literally felt like you had sinned or something, right? I mean, and it's not because, it's because the way you feel. Your body's like, no, this isn't like the trade-off of that, that taste that you remembered with the way your body feels. And that's really important. So what I want you to do is I want you to continue to use some Purium products, the Love Super Meal, the Power Shake, the Aminos, Cherry. These are staples in your life. So I want to ask you a question. If you could here's your day, and you could get 100% of the nutrients you need in 20 minutes out of that day, all right? Or you could get 50% of the nutrients you need in about 2.5 hours, eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacking. And so what I say is, guarantee your body that you're starting with all the nutrients you need, and everything else you do is fun. Here's what they say in Germany. We're really very popular in Germany, Japan, and other places where our products are sold, mostly Germany and Austria, where they call our product future food. And the reason they call it future food is because they said it's an amazing thing that in the future, people will get all of their nutrients from concentrates, Purium type of stuff. And when they eat, it'll entirely be for pleasure. They won't have to eat for nutrition any longer. They take care of that with Purium. When they eat the 1 or 1.5 or 2 meals a day they eat, that's for fun.
Thank you, Dave. And could